Hi and welcome back to Karen and Phil's Full House Renovation. It's already week 4 for the rear extension and we're about to reach a new and really important milestone because it's time for the stonework. So let's join Mally for laying of the first stone block and he can show us the art of stone wall building. First stone.
One of many.
Yeah, one of many. Similarly to the block work, you tend to start with the corners first. Now there's a limit on how many rows you can build at once because the stone's really heavy and it can start to squash the mortar lines further down on the wall. So Mally will build a certain amount here in one try and then he'll move on elsewhere. I need to get this filmed before the rain comes down heavy again, but unfortunately rain stopped play for the day, so if we have a look behind me here, all of this is covering up the stone because it's really important to keep the stone dry when you're laying it because otherwise it absorbs the moisture and then that makes it difficult for when you're trying to mortar it in place. So if we head down the side of the house we can just have a quick look at where they are with it. So as you could see from the time lapse of the renovation and the stone building, they started here and then they continued around the corner. This is all covered up now because it's important to keep it dry so it can go off properly. And I think you can tell by the height of it how far they got. And again, you'll have seen it on the time lapse, but we'll just have a little peek and you can see what the stone's starting to look like there. And so the same goes for all the new stone that arrived. It's important to keep that covered up. And unfortunately the rain went on that long, we lost a batch of mortar as well. So, you know, that's had to go in the skip and then the cement mixers had to be all cleaned out and all the tools. So rain really isn't the bricklayer or the stone layer's friend because it really slowed them down. It's led to a loss of product and a little bit of wasted time, but hopefully we're going to get better days ahead. But it's just typical that this has literally been one of the driest and warmest summers in the UK for ages. And then we finally get to the stone laying and then this happens. So fingers crossed for a better day tomorrow. So now will you be searching for the right stone?
Yep. Thin. A bit too small.
It's a bit like Goldilocks. Just right. What about leveling? Do you have to worry too much about leveling?
No.
So you just get it in what looks right?
Yeah.
So rain actually stopped work completely yesterday, so unfortunately we've lost a day there, and the forecast is a bit changeable today, to be honest. So I imagine we'll be running for cover and covering up the stone off and on, but they're still cracking on and making some progress. Okay, so I'm here with Finn, and we're going to share some pro tips from the builders about how to get a mix on when you're building stone houses. I'm ready. We've got 2 sand to go in, and the first pro tip is don't just shovel it in, because no 2 shovelfuls are the same. So you notice Finn had that bucket nice and level, and he's just going to fill up another one now for us. Got our second bucket of sand here. They chose yellow sand because that's the colour of our mortar on our house. When you're building stone walls, then usually you'll have a bucket of lime in it. So we've got our 2 sands and our 1 lime, and a splash of water in there at the moment. Usually the lime goes in gradually because you can see otherwise it throws out some dust. So what's next then, Finn?
Cement. Another full cup.
A full bucket of cement. A little splash of water before the cement goes in. You notice you don't just tip it in. Finn will be watching inside to make sure it's mixing in and adding it gradually. Okay, so this is what our mix is looking like. And so Finn's been adding the right amount of water to get it to this sort of consistency. But there's still 2 more sand to go in. Last bucket of sand. And now it's just a case of adding water to get it to the right level of consistency. So you used that bottle so that you could jet the water right into the back, did you?
Right into the back, yeah.
So there you go, one of the essential tools is an old plastic Pepsi Max bottle. Other brands are available. So that's it for week 4 of our home improvement and rear extension project. It's been amazing seeing Mally at work building this random Yorkshire stone pattern. It's got to be worth a subscribe, right? So coming up next week there's going to be more stone walling. As you can expect, it's a big project. But also it's going to be pretty interesting because some of the timber work for the vaulted ceiling on the garage is going to start going in. So I hope to see you next week as we continue on our house renovation journey. The project's really coming along, isn't it? See you there, and bye for now.